Good evening. The time is 9 p.m. U.S. Central Time. This program is coming to you live from Chicago. And in the news at this hour, Vice President Mike Pence and Democratic VP candidate Senator Kamala Harris kept it relatively cool during last night's debate in Salt Lake City, at least compared to the presidential debate last week. The night ultimately centered around President Trump, with Harris offering blistering criticism of his handling of the pandemic, while Pence, who heads up the White House's coronavirus task force, defended him at every turn. Harris is known for her pointed, no-nonsense dialogue, but she played it mostly safe last night by letting certain points go without repeated challenges. Both Pence and Harris were essentially mum on the issues of presidential health and transfers of power. Harris avoided a question about the possibility of adding seats to the Supreme Court, while Pence failed to answer questions about the pandemic, the Supreme Court, and health care. In a CNN instant poll of registered voters following the discussion, the majority said Senator Harris did the better job by a margin of 60-40. President Trump spent roughly an hour this morning downplaying the severity of his own COVID-19 infection, attacking Senator Kamala Harris, and accusing past and present political opponents of conspiring against him. The interview on the Fox Business Network has drawn characterizations from analysts ranging from paranoid to deranged. Trump had some of the harshest words for his own Republican allies, in particular singling out Attorney General William Barr, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, and separately FBI Director Christopher Wray. Trump told the Fox interviewer that these three and others within his own administration are not doing enough to pursue his opponents for what he imagines are crimes. As to his recovery from the virus, according to his medical team, Trump had to be placed twice on supplemental oxygen. Even so, he claims his infection would have gone away by itself without treatment. He also said, "I don't think I'm contagious at all," despite the fact he is still within the prescribed isolation window following the onset of symptoms. The Center for Disease Control warns that people should isolate for 10 days from the point of showing symptoms and 20 days in severe cases. Lastly, one of Trump's most outlandish comments from the Fox interview this morning, quote, "I'm back," in other words, back recovering, "I'm back because I am a perfect physical specimen and I'm extremely young. And so I'm lucky in that way." Again, that was Trump speaking on Fox Business this morning. 6 men were charged today in an alleged conspiracy to kidnap the governor of Michigan, according to federal investigators. The suspects formulated plans to overthrow several state governments that they believe are violating the U.S. Constitution, Michigan among them. The FBI became aware of the plot against Michigan Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer in early 2020 by tracking a group of individuals utilizing social media to communicate their plans to each other. Law enforcement officials, members of Congress, and groups that track extremism have all warned about the increasing threat of militias and far-right groups. Governor Whitmer at times has been the focus of extreme vitriol from far-right groups over her handling of the virus pandemic. Republican senators are still pushing for a quick confirmation vote on Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett, possibly by the end of the month. Before that happens, however, she will face close scrutiny during a round of Senate Judiciary Committee hearings. In a series of private meetings, Democrats will likely try to learn more about her views, about which she has been very tight-lipped so far. To date, Barr has shed little light on how she might rule on health care and has not agreed to recuse herself from any case involving the 2020 election results. According to CNN polling, the U.S. public appears split on the matter, with 42% of respondents in favor of her confirmation, 46% opposed, and the remaining 12% offering no opinion. More news in just a moment.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
9:06 p.m. In other news, Derek Chauvin, the ex-Minneapolis police officer facing murder charges in the May death of George Floyd, is out of jail after posting $1 million bail. Chauvin faces counts of second and third-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter. His next court date is set for March 8th. Meanwhile, Jacob Blake has been moved from a Wisconsin hospital to a spinal injury rehab facility. Blake was shot several times in an altercation with police in August and suffered severe injuries to several internal organs as well as his spinal cord. His family's attorney told reporters it would take a miracle for Blake to walk again. The St. Louis husband and wife who were captured on video brandishing guns at protesters over the summer were indicted Tuesday on firearms violations. Mark and Patricia McCloskey were filmed and photographed outside their home in the Central West End neighborhood of St. Louis, pointing a semi-automatic rifle and a handgun at demonstrators. They were later invited to speak at the Republican National Convention. The couple faces 2 counts each for unlawfully exiting weapons and tampering with evidence. It has not been announced what evidence prosecutors presented to the grand jury to obtain the tampering charge. The UK, France, and Germany all plan to impose sanctions on Russia after the poisoning of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny. The noted Kremlin critic became gravely ill in August, and an international chemical weapons watchdog agency confirmed he was poisoned with the Soviet-era nerve toxin. Here is our nightly coronavirus update. Biotech company Regeneron has asked the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for authorization for an experimental antibody therapy like the one given to President Trump to help fight the coronavirus. It is still in clinical trials and has had limited use, but so far it has been found to be largely safe. Trump has called the therapy a cure for COVID-19 and said his diagnosis was a blessing from God because it gave him insight into potential treatments. Meanwhile, a Harvard epidemiologist is the latest health expert to predict that coronavirus vaccines could be made available under emergency use authorization for some groups by the end of December. On a less optimistic note, however, the pandemic could push 150 million more people worldwide into extreme poverty by next year. That is according to the latest World Bank assessment. Here are the latest virus numbers from Johns Hopkins University Medical Center. Total cases now in the United States, 7,590,000, up by approximately 46,000 from yesterday's number. The death toll now stands at 213,000, an increase of 800 over yesterday's estimates. The financial markets and the weather forecast after this.
Fall and winter is flu season. It takes about 2 weeks after getting a flu vaccine for your body to develop antibodies that protect against flu. So don't wait. Get yourself and your family vaccinated today. Learn more at cdc.gov/fightflu.
9:09 p.m. The financial markets House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin spoke this afternoon, hoping to reach a stimulus deal after President Trump pulled out of talks earlier this week. As more signs of a faltering economy emerge, the Trump administration and Democrats are running out of time to pass a relief bill before the 2020 election. On Wall Street, modest movement upward on all three major indexes today. Dow Jones Industrial Average up about 0.5%, 122 points, to close at 28,426. NASDAQ, a gain of 56 points, also about 0.5%, 11,421. And the S&P 500 ended the day at 3,447. That's plus 27 points. And now the weather forecast. Hurricane Delta will be the 10th hurricane to strike the United States this season. At the present time, it is moving in a northerly direction at approximately 12 miles per hour and is continuing to grow in strength, now having reached Category 3, 5 being the strongest on the hurricane scale. The storm is expected to veer a bit eastward and hit southwestern Louisiana again sometime tomorrow night. The hurricane struck the Mexican resort areas of Cozumel and Cancun yesterday, causing street collapses and widespread electrical outages. As of this evening, the storm was located about 340 miles south of Cameron, Louisiana, with 115-mile-per-hour winds. For Chicagoland, tonight, mostly clear with a low around 53 degrees. Tomorrow, Friday, looks wonderful, at least on paper. Clear skies and sunshine, high at or near 80. Tomorrow night, continued clear, low of 62. And looking ahead to the weekend, more nice weather in store. Saturday and Sunday, sunshine and mid-70s both days. Having a wonderful time. Wish you were here. Our current conditions, a few clouds, 58 degrees at Midway Airport, Lakefront also 58. Humidity a bit on the damp side, 68%. Easterly winds, 8 miles per hour. AccuWeather radar is all clear. The time is 12 minutes after 9 p.m., 9:12 U.S. Central Time. And once again, here at Radio City, we have 58 pleasant degrees.
Live from Chicago, Variety Broadcast presents Radio Classics. Now, here's your host, Tom Edwards.
said, get up and ask for more. Clear-headed and open-eyed, with nothing left untried, standing calmly at the crossroads, no desire to run. There's no hurry anymore when all is said and done. Standing calmly at the crossroads, no desire to run. There's no hurry anymore when all is said and
There we have the very last charted record by ABBA, 1982. And as I have mentioned before, I have met people now and then who say, yeah, I can take ABBA or leave them, but I've never met anybody who says they dislike ABBA. Long newscasts, lot going on. I figured we all want to stay informed, so I got a bit long-winded. I'm going to have a drink of water. If Mr. J. Cat Rockefeller will oblige, hand me the pitcher, the gold one that has the ice cubes and the water in it. That's the one. Thank you. All right, we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back to recap the political situation. Don't go away.
when you say but, you've said a lot of things nobody else can say. When you say but, you've gone as far as you can go to get the very best. When you say but, you've said the word that means you like to do it all. When you say but, it means you want the beer that's got a taste that's number one. When you say but, you tell the world you know what makes it all the way. When you say but, you say you care enough to only want the king of beers. There is no other one, there's only something less, because the king of beers is leading all the rest. When you say Budweiser, you've said it all. There is no other one, there's only something less, because the king of beers is leading all the rest. When you say Budweiser, you've said it all. When you say Budweiser, you've said it all.
Okay, they didn't fake me out tonight with that classic Budweiser commercial. Sometimes if I'm not paying very close, rigid, strict attention, they do one little more boom boom and fake me out, and I talk right over it. But I got through it okay that time, I think. Didn't we? Didn't we? This time we almost made the pieces fit. All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock, getting to a recap of the political events of the day. Boy, all I can tell you is put on your seatbelt. Trump has refused to participate in the next presidential debate, which would have been a virtual affair, remote camera, in other words. So the organizers have basically decided it's going to morph into a Biden affair. It'll be a town hall format with Mr. Biden fielding questions from the audience. Trump, meanwhile, says he will hold a rally instead. And breathe and slobber and sneeze all over everyone, I guess. This morning on Fox News, he went on one of the most insane tirades yet. Even allowing for the fact that this is Fox News, how did they sit there and keep a straight face? I mean, if nothing else, you would have thought somebody would have cooked up an excuse like, you know what, we're having technical problems. The studio just blew up. We have to shut down for a while. Something, anything to get this off the air. He just went bouncing off the wall nuts. He called Kamala Harris a monster. He says the polls are wrong. He's going to win the state of New York. Well, I guess if New York City secedes from the state, it could happen. Yeah, he could win Illinois, too, if they disconnected Chicago. Ain't going to happen, though. Not on this planet, not in this century. He pointed to the boat owners and the truck owners who support him. See, the polls don't know anything. He's going to win New York because the boat owners support him. How many of those boat owners did they have to pull from the water anyway? This, though, was one of the nuttiest parts of all. He excoriated two of his own trusted henchmen, Attorney General Bill Barr and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. He also let Christopher Wray have it, although I wouldn't include Wray in his list of henchmen, Wray being the FBI director, but he blasted all three of them because they have not busted Mr. Biden, Mr. Obama, and Ms. Clinton. He wants them all locked up. He's believing his own hype. These people all need to be locked up behind bars. One of the things he keeps coming back to is the notion that they spied on his campaign. Let's review that quickly. If you recall, the original contract, the original contract drawn up with Christopher Steele, remember the Steele dossier, to do oppo research, as they called it in the political biz, opposition research on Trump during the primaries, that was engaged by the Washington Free Beacon. That is a conservative publication, not in any way affiliated with any Democrats. Once Trump had sewn up the Republican nomination, they saw no sense in throwing good money after bad, so Free Beacon ended the contract. At that point, and not before, at that point, the DNC and the Clinton people picked it up, began a relationship with Mr. Steele, in other words, after the Free Beacon dropped him. But they carefully looked over all of Christopher Steele's findings, calculated that there was too much unsubstantiated material. They didn't necessarily disbelieve it. They didn't think that it was necessarily fabricated, but there was just too much there that could not be proven. So they basically put it into cold storage. Remember that. That's an important point. The Democrats did not bring the Steele dossier to light. They stuck it in a box and wrapped it up and threw it in the closet, locked it away. It was brought to light later, after the election, weeks after the election, almost at the time of the inauguration. And you remember who gave the copy of it to the FBI, right? Senator McCain. He got wind of it, and he heard that the FBI was dragging its feet, so he picked up a copy of it himself in London and handed it to the top guys at the FBI. The Democratic Party and Hillary Clinton herself had very little to do with it. So when he screams about, they spied on my campaign, they were Republicans who started all of that. And the Democrats locked it away because they didn't believe, necessarily, all of the conclusions that Steele had drawn up. He's just totally barking up the wrong tree, and I wonder if he is even sane enough to realize that. Now, speaking of sane enough, just in case anybody is wondering why Nancy Pelosi is doing a meeting tomorrow to discuss the 25th Amendment, here is the relevant portion of 25, Section 4. Whenever the Vice President and a majority of either the principal officers of the executive departments or such other body as Congress may by law provide, transmit to the President pro tem of the Senate, etc., etc., etc. That's the $64,000 citation right there. Other such body as Congress may by law provide. In other words, this does not have to be left up to the cabinet members. Congress, at its own discretion, may write up a bill and appoint another panel to administer the 25th Amendment. However, the catch is the Vice President must be in on it. The Vice President must agree. Whether it's the cabinet as the 25th Amendment stands unamended, or if Congress appoints a body of its own to adjudicate the matter. In either case, the vice president must agree to go along with it, or it ain't going to happen. And I don't think that Biden is ever going to be on board with that. One final note, you heard me read it in the newscast, and this is going to have to be the final note. We're getting a bit long-winded here, but also because I don't think I could stand to go on after reading this again. Did you hear what he said to this Fox Business interview this morning about, quote, "I'm back," recovering in other words, "I'm back because I am a perfect physical specimen and I'm extremely young." He is bouncing off the walls, psycho USDA grade A prime copper-bottomed nuts. This man needs to be in a straitjacket. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
People on the go, go Burger Chef, 'cause people know at Burger Chef they're gonna get at Burger Chef. Fine quality at Burger Chef, the greatest yet at Burger Chef. People on the go, go Burger Chef.
Well, anyway, how are you tonight? It's good to see you. Join the panelists on our grand trivia game. We have the best players, the best game show players in all of cyberspace. That's you. I see some of our regular friends on the board tonight. Carlotta is here. Looks like Carlotta was having a few technical difficulties. Hope you got that straightened out and you are reseated once again comfortably around the fireside chat here. Susan is with us. Pat from New York. Nicole is here. Let's see now. Fly in the ointment. What is it? Or fly? Yes, fly in the ointment. I'll bet that's Mike. And then we have another one, perfect specimen. I don't know who that is. Sherry was here a little while ago, but maybe she went to listen to a ball game again tonight. I don't know. She pulled that on us last week. All right, let me get the trivia questions here from Mr. J. Cat Rockefeller. If you would please be good enough to hand them over to me. Yeah, those right there. That's it. Thank you very much. All right, we have the world-famous trivia game that we play, and we do it for Monopoly money, and whoever accumulates the most Monopoly dollars by the end of the broadcast wins a fabulous grand prize. Last night, Mike was our big winner. He has the first of the red properties now in his real estate portfolio. Tonight, we're giving away the second, Indiana Avenue. All right. Remember, no search engines, please, on the honor system. Don't Google, don't Yahoo, no Alexa, no Siri, no none of that stuff, okay? You can ask your hubby poo or your boyfriend or girlfriend, wifey poo, whatever, but please no electronic players in the game. Be careful about multi-part questions. We do those from time to time. Make sure that you answer all parts of the question so that we can count your entry. All right, that is our set of simple rules. Now let's get to the fun part. Here we go. Question number 1. $25 the value, TV trivia the category. We are looking for the name of an actor, actress to be exact. Will and Grace, sitcom about a gay guy living in New York City, successful lawyer named Will Truman. His buddy and sometimes roomie is the very campy Jack McFarland. His platonic lady friend is Grace Adler. One of the strongest characterizations in the show was the boozy, acid-tongued, super wealthy widow Karen Walker. I guess I shouldn't speak in past tense because they relaunched the show, didn't they? All right. One of the strongest characterizations in the show is boozy, acid-tongued, super wealthy widow Karen Walker. You suppose that's where we get all those Facebook Karen memes from? Anyway, tell me the name of the actress who played Karen Walker. That's the question. $25 TV trivia. Will and Grace, the TV show. The character's name is Karen Walker. Name the actress. Good luck, give it a shot. Meantime, a one-hit wonder from 1972. I remember it. Do you?
Once I said I wanna shoot, I don't remember why. I often wonder if it's true that you could make me cry. I only know it's long ago you said I love you too. But I got one solution left, we're gonna start anew.
How do you do? I thought, why not, na-na, just me and you. And then we can, na-na, just like before. And you will say, na-na, please give me more. And you will think, na-na, hey, that's what I'm living for.
How do you do? I thought, why not, na-na, just me and you. And then we can, na-na, just like before. And you will say, na-na, please give me more. And you will think, na-na, hey, that's what I'm living for. Cause I had one solution left, and that's to start anew.
How do you do? I thought, why not, na-na, just me and you. And then we can, na-na, just like before. And you will say, na-na, please give me more. And you will think, na-na, hey, that's what I'm living for.
How do you do? I thought, why not, na-na, just me and you. And then we can, na-na, just like before. And you will say, na-na, please give me more. And you will think, na-na, hey, that's what I'm living for.
How do you do? I thought, why not, na-na,
just me and you, and then we can, na-na,
just like before. And you will say, na-na,
please give me more, and you will think, na-na, hey, that's what I'm living for. How do you do? La 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 la.
Well, how do you do? Sort of a cross between the minuet and the bump or something. I don't know. I remember when that came out. I was in high school, 1972. Mouth and McNeil, kind of a strange duo name there. Mouth and McNeil, how do you do? 9:33 p.m. We have a trivia winner, and I will tell you all about it in just a moment.
Ah, home sweet home, the little nest, where after work a man can rest or take a peaceful stroll outdoors, doing little simple chores.
Weed the garden, cut the grass, paint the window, fix the glass, trim the shrubbery, grind the axe. But take it easy, dear. Relax.
Oh, these little women have a way, but maybe I forgot to say, she always has my favorite brand, Carling's Black Label beer on hand.
What a happy thought, hey, Mabel, a great idea, Black Label, nothing too good for good company, Carling's Black Label beer, the quality brew at the popular price, enjoy the best, take our advice, get Carling's Black Label, Carling's Black Label beer, Mabel, Black Label, Carling's Black Label beer.
All right, Nicole kind of picked up the rhythm of our question there, and she was guessing each actor as we were reading the question. It's sort of like throwing multiple darts at the board, and by George, she hit one. Good show. Nicole picked up $25 on that one, a win. TV trivia, we were looking for the actress who plays Karen Walker on Will and Grace, Megan Mullally. Or Mullally. I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce it, but that is the lady's name. Good job. All right, here comes question number 2, geography this time. All right, $30 on the barrel. World geography, the biggest island off the coast of Italy, that's an easy one, Sicily. What is the second largest? Here's a hint. Its capital and largest city is Cagliari. Tell me the name of the number 2 Italian island. All right, $30, geography. Biggest island off the coast of Italy is Sicily, but what is the second largest? As a hint, the largest city on it is Cagliari. The name of the second largest Italian island. Maybe you'll catch up to Nicole, who's leading now with $25. 30 on that geography question, first one on the board. Give it a shot, good luck. Meantime, Christopher Cross, Never Be the Same.
Sometimes love just slips out of sight.
like that one. I hope you enjoyed too. Christopher Cross, early 1980s. Never Be the Same. At Radio Classics, 9:40 in the evening. Audience, how about a nice round of applause? Round 2 winner, that'd be Carlotta. Good job. Carlotta is celebrating with her little dancing teddy bear there on the screen, or whatever kind of critter that is. I don't know. Is he a teddy bear? Or he's not an animal at all? Kind of, I don't know, maybe Casper the Friendly Ghost? Whatever he is, he's cute. Anyway, $30 our geography question. The second largest island off the coast of Italy, capital city Cagliari, that is Sardinia, like sardines, right? Yes. No, I was just talking about them. I don't have any to give you. It was just...
Hey kids, let's sing that song you like, the one about the sugar cane.
Okay.
C and H, everyone sing about C and H. It's the only pure cane sugar from Hawaii.
That's our sugar.
C and H.
Mommy used it to bake her cakes. She makes the greatest cookies, snacks, and candy. They're
Dandy. Island kids all love that cane. It grows so clean and sweet. They eat it when it's freshly cut.
And then that's quite a treat. Neat.
Blessed by sun, kissed by rain. C and H comes from the sugar cane. It's the only pure cane sugar from Hawaii.
In the bright pink package.
C and H, the pure cane sugar from Hawaii.
Whee! All right, our scoreboard now looks like this. Carlotta pulled into a slight lead with the geography win. $30. Nicole in second place. Here we go with round 3. And it's Name That Tune. So crank up your volume just a little bit. Get ready to listen for your audio clue. I don't know if this is going to be a tough one or not. You may get it right out of the box, or you might have to think about it a little bit. We'll see. $25 value. Here's a little bit of a hint. 1978. It is a movie theme. All right, now, as always, with Name That Tune, it's a two-parter. We need both singer and song, so please include both in your answer. Ready? Here comes your audio clue.
Name that tune.
I know it's hard believing the words you've heard before, but darling, you must trust them just once more.
And now, here's more of Radio Classics with your host, Tom Edwards.
There we have Mamas and the Papas. Words of love. I feel the room swaying because the band's playing. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I have always made it a practice to listen through only one headphone. You know, when you're doing a radio broadcast, you want to make sure that your sound is going out and you want to be able to hear the mixing and so forth. So you use headphones, and I always just put them over one ear. And that's one of those tunes where they really got cute with the stereo separation. That seemed to be the big thing to do in the 1960s. And I was hearing only one side. I'm leaning over. I'm dizzy now. I don't know which end is up. 9:45 in the evening. And let's see, how are we doing on the trivia game here? Looks like we have sort of a winner. We'll put this out to the audience and see if everybody goes along with my idea, my adjudication of the case. We'll get to that right after this.
With 30,000 helpful hardware men, it's a snap to shop at Ace. For national brands you like, Ace is the place.
By joining our buying power together, we can bring you low prices on lots of things, from paint to housewares to power tools and more. And at Ace, you get the helpful advice we're famous for. So come on in and make it snappy.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware man.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I will rectify the score if needs be, but nobody seemed to get it exactly right. Here's the full and complete answer. The Goodbye Girl was the name of the movie, Goodbye Girl. And the singer, he is indeed, or was, with the group Bread, but it was a solo effort. It was not branded as a Bread recording. It's David Gates. Now, like I say, that I can see, nobody got it exactly right, but the first one on the board who came the closest looks to be Susan. So, barring any objection, Susan wins that round. $25 win. Okay, I hope that comes out all right. So, our scoreboard looks like this. Carlotta in first place, Susan and Nicole tied for second at 25. Here comes question number 4. Sweets and treats this time, a $25 question. During World War II, American soldiers were given this candy in their rations because of the candy's ability to withstand all weather conditions. It won't melt in heat, doesn't get soggy if it gets wet. It does freeze, but it'll thaw out just fine and doesn't really taste any different. It is basically a chocolate flavor, but kind of, you might say, a chocolate light flavoring. Name the candy. All right, $25. Sweets and treats. This was given to World War II soldiers as part of their rations because of the candy's ability to withstand all weather conditions. Doesn't melt in the heat, doesn't get soggy if it's wet. It will freeze, but it thaws out and still tastes fine, and it's kind of a chocolate light flavoring. Name that candy for me. First correct answer on the board wins 25 Monopoly dollars. And while you're thinking about that, we'll enjoy Mr. Manilow telling us about his vacation in New England.
Last night I waved goodbye. Now it seems years. I'm back in the city where nothing is clear but thoughts of me holding you, bringing us near. And tell me, when will our eyes meet? When can I touch you? We started a story whose end must now wait. And tell me, when will our eyes meet? When can I touch you? When will this strong yearning end? And when will I hold you again? I feel the change coming. I feel the wind blow. I feel brave and daring. I feel my blood flow. With you, I could bring out all the love that I have. With you, there's a heaven, so earth ain't so bad. And tell me, when will our eyes meet? When can I touch you? When will this strong yearning end? And when will I hold you
One of his early ones, and I think one of his best, Barry Manilow, Weekend in New England, 9:52 in the evening, 8 minutes till 10 o'clock. And we have another winner in our grand trivia game. Tell you all about that in just a minute. Don't go away.
Don't cook tonight. Call Chicken Delight. Don't cook tonight. Call Chicken Delight. They will fill your appetite for a dinner complete. Boy, what a treat. Delivered hot right to your door. Now I ask you, what are you cooking for?
Why wash those dishes? Don't scrub that pan.
Grab the phone and call the man. Ooh, what flavor in every bite. Don't cook tonight. Call Chicken Delight.
Call Chicken Delight.
All right, sounds good about now, actually. Chicken Delight, if you want a midnight snack. Let's see now. We have and one of those anonymous persons who is the winner this time. Somebody without a nickname plugged in. They are showing up on my screen as guest number 1444464. Is that the number on your black and white striped shirt that they gave you? Didn't they give you any civvies when they released you? All right. Applause for guest. We'll call you 144. How about that, to keep it simple? The answer was Tootsie Rolls, the candy that they gave World War II soldiers as part of their regular rations. Tootsie Rolls. Absolutely right. Okay, I think we got time for one final question. This one, movies. All right. By the way, our scoreboard looks like this. Carlotta's still in the lead, and then we have a 4-way tie. All of these folks are registering with 25. Nicole, Susan, Guest. Okay. Those, well, I can't read my own handwriting, but I hope I did that right. Carlotta is in the lead with 30. Nicole, Susan, and Guest, 144, all in second place with 25. Okay, now we're on an even keel. $30, movies. Name the actor on this one. 1976 was the year Sylvester Stallone made his first appearance as Rocky Balboa, the prize fighter. A long-time, well-known character actor of both TV and movie fame, played the role of his trainer, coach, Mickey Goldmill. The same fellow played that Goldmill role in most of the sequels. Name this classic character actor. Okay, $30, movies. Character actor who played the trainer in the prize fighter Rocky movies. Good luck.
any day now. I will hear you say goodbye, my love, and you'll be on your way. Then my wild, beautiful bird, you will have flown. Oh, any day now, I'll be all alone. Any day now, when your restless eyes meet someone new. Oh, to my sad surprise, then the blue shadows will fall all over town. Oh, any day now, love will let me down. Oh, I know I shouldn't want to keep you if you don't want to stay. Until you're gone forever, I'll keep holding on for dear life, holding you this way, begging you to stay any day now. When the clock strikes go, you'll call it off. Tears will flow. Then my wild, beautiful bird, you will have flown. Oh, any day now, love will let me down, 'cause you won't be
Fine piano player and singer Mr. Ronnie Milsap, any day now on Radio Classics. Well, look at the time. 2 minutes to quitting time. Just about time for me to head on out of here. Maestro, could we have our theme song, if you please? All right, now time to settle up the trivia game. First of all, now a hello and welcome to a sort of newcomer. I know you visited once or twice before, but Marnie is with us. Glad to have you again. Marnie is a Facebook friend, and actually, Marnie's mother and I are friends from way back. We were co-workers at one of the big Chicago radio stations in town, and I very fondly remember those days. Marnie's mother is a lovely lady, and then I had the pleasure of getting acquainted with Marnie thanks to Facebook. Wonderful thing, ain't it? All right. Now, we had a winner on our movie question, Name the Actor. The character was named Mickey Goldmill, the fight trainer for Rocky in the series of Rocky films. That was indeed Burgess Meredith. And Fly in the Ointment, who I think is our friend Mike in another disguise tonight. I think that's who is using the Fly screen name. All right, a round of applause for all of our contestants tonight. You all done good. And whoever Fly is, I think it's Mike, but if not, whoever Fly is tied for first place. Nicole, Susan, and Marnie all came in with $25. Then we have a tie for first with Carlotta and Fly, $30. Good job. So they can split the property tonight. Indiana Avenue, you can each collect half the rent. Okay, We have a share button now on my website. If you would push that and share it with your Facebook friends, I would say thanks in advance for that. Or if you want to tell people in person, that works too. Just let them know to tune in to tomedwards.info. That's tomedwards.info. That's me. Keep your mask on. Be safe. Tune into the news, the late night news tonight. Let's see what the heck is going on with Pence canceling his trip and flying back to Washington. A lot of crazy stuff going on. I will talk to you tomorrow night. Thanks again for tuning in. Bye for now.